Graduates from Somalia, from Uganda, you have successfully completed your course. Congratulations and thank you very much.
The 60th training was sponsored by the European Union Training Mission, EUTM, comprising of 12 EU members and Serbia. Over 4,500 Somali soldiers, equivalent to 25% of the overall Somali National Armed Forces, have trained at Bihanga Training School since 2008. These soldiers fought alongside the UPDF under the Amazon in the final routing of the Al-Shabaab militants from their bases. Passing out to the trainees, Uganda Defense Minister Dr. Crispus Shonga challenged the Somalis to put aside their clan divisions and work for unity of their country. Somalia is divided and runs on 6 major clans: the Dar, the Darodo, Hawiye, Isaac, Dagil, and Marifil. Analysts say the clan system was responsible for the cause of the collapse of the Somali state in 1991. But last year's organization and election of a representative to parliament, of parliament was also based on the same system, showing that clans play a central role in Somali life. Dr. Chonga urged the newly trained soldiers to raise above the clan system and promote Somali unity and Pan-Africanism.
The people of Somalia should see themselves as one people of Somalia. When you go back, yes, you have a clan, but let nobody confuse you that you can only fight for your clan. You should fight for Somalia, you should fight for Africa.
This was the last training of Somalis in Bihanga school. From now on, they will be trained at the newly built Al Jazeera Military School on the outskirts of Somali capital, Mogadishu. The state-of-the-art school, built by European Union and the African Mission in Somalia, Amazon, has a capacity of over 1,000 trainees at a go. Commander of UPDF Land Forces, Lieutenant General Edward Katumba Wamala, said Uganda would contribute trainers to the Al Jazeera school if called upon.
Given the opportunity, we are willing to continue contributing instructors on the ground in Somalia to continue working with our partners and our Somali brothers. So we'll be ready at any time once the African Union embraces it. The instructors who are here are willing to move onto the ground and continue the job they've been doing, this time on the ground.
The head of the European Union delegation in Uganda, Dr. Roberto, says the EU training mission has been an overwhelming success and the model will be exported to Mali to help create a strong army and defend the country against the Tuareg rebels.
And we are committed to continue. We are committed to continue because we do recognize that this is a success story. African solution to African problem. Well, Amazon is an example of this.
The trainees created a simulation of the battle zone in Somalia, where they showcased the tactics learned. The final pass out corresponded with a change in mandate of the European Union Training Mission to include giving technical advice to the Somali government. This report was compiled by Tiaba Abeka Setumba and Beka Zaini, NBS Television.
At an extraordinary assembly of the Uganda Olympic Committee sitting at the UOC headquarters in Lugogo, members expressed disappointment, claiming that the National Council of Sports has destabilized sports instead of building it to greater heights.
The General Secretary, National Council of Sports, facilitated the removal of the 9 boats that were at Galka.
I don't really understand, because I thought that they were entrusted with looking after sports federations, but from where I'm sitting as a sports enthusiast and as the chairman of an association, I see nothing but destruction.
The Assembly also adopted several amendments to the 1999 UOC Constitution after considering a review of the draft. In the amendments, the UOC President will serve for 2 terms of 4 years each, and according to Article 14, Clause 7, for the first time, the UOC executive will not intervene in the selection of athletes to represent federations and leaders for international competitions.
Members that approved today, they go from the issue, for example, of term limits. That's one new area. The issue of involving a secretariat as one of the key bodies in the Uganda Olympic Committee. Questions around a secretariat headed by a chief administrative officer. Questions around elections. Now we have people have to be nominated 14 days in advance. So there are a number of key changes from the former constitution.
The amendments are subject to the approval of the International Olympic Committee before they can be implemented. Zahra Namuli, Chibalizi John, NBS Sport.